Here along City Line Avenue in Philadelphia resides Hagen Arena on campus at St. Joseph's University, site of World Team Tennis presented by Geico. It's the Philadelphia Freedoms and the New York Empire as we hit the home stretch of the regular season. Freedoms have already locked up a playoff spot. Will host the title this weekend. A couple of final tune-ups for them, and the Empire just trying to round out the schedule with a couple of more match wins and pull a couple of surprises against the Freedoms tonight and tomorrow night in New York. Jason Knapp here alongside Luke Jensen, former Grand Slam doubles champion, ready to go here. Philadelphia has been the class of the field, Luke, so far this season. We'll see if that continues tonight, and for them, just trying to keep that mojo working till the championship. They can't better themselves. They know they're hosting. Lots can go on for the other four teams that are still in the hunt: San Diego, Springfield, Washington, and Orange County. But the Empire trying to build off getting their first win of the season the other night.
Well, you never want to quit. These are professionals. These players play with a lot of pride, so they're going to come out and fight extremely hard from the first point all the way to the last swing. For Philadelphia, it's the same old thing you see in other sports. When you have this big lead, do you rest your players? Do you pull back on the throttle? My thing is, you always play to win. You got to stay with your role. You'll never mess with the streak.
Well, we'll see how things shake out for Philadelphia as they continue to just focus in on the tasks at hand tonight and tomorrow night when these teams meet again at Court 17 at the USTA Billie Jean King National Tennis Center up in New York City. Here are the Wilson lineups for tonight. You'll notice one newcomer if you followed World Team Tennis in the Empire this year. Francoise Abanda from Canada, young, up-and-coming, former top 5 junior player in the world, getting the call here in women's singles and women's doubles tonight.
She's a big power player. I've watched her play through the minor leagues, and when she was coming up through the 10s and the challengers and the futures and things. And Tennis Canada has always really liked her game, and she's starting to show some really good promise.
And we'll see her square off against Taylor Townsend, who's been so dominant at times for Philadelphia, part of this rock-solid lineup for Coach Craig Carden, who at home gets to set the table, the order of play for his team. And Kevin King, when Coach Carden's been able to set it, has been the closer, done the job in that final of the 5-set spots. He'll be there again tonight.
Yeah. The thing is, they really struck gold with this guy, and what you're trying to do is set up your doubles lineup when you're forming your team every season, because 3 of the 5 sets are doubles. So if you have these double specialists, Taylor Townsend, that's a no-brainer. That's your, an MVP candidate. That's someone who's going to knock out 3 of those sets, play little singles, mixed doubles, and then of course women's doubles. But King is this kind of found gold nugget with the big serve and big athleticism, and he's come through.
So we'll see how things play out here for the Empire in Philadelphia, 2 of the closest rivals in World Team Tennis on the East Coast, again rounding out the season against one another, both tonight here at Philly, tomorrow night in New York City. We'll get it going from the city of brotherly love in a moment. World Team Tennis as we begin with mixed doubles.
I woke up in Memphis and told people about Geico. How they could save 15% or more by just calling or going online to geico.com. Sorry, are you gonna... Every time.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
I play hard. I took it up a notch. Then I got hurt. I couldn't ignore the knee pain. I was told by other doctors I needed a knee replacement and would never run again, until I went to Penn. Their musculoskeletal center put together a team of specialists. Using their unique whole-body approach and new procedure to repair cartilage, they made sure I kept my knee and my intensity. And my life, a life in motion, is worth Penn Medicine.
In 1974, we founded a tennis league that was built on innovation, team spirit, and excitement. Now, 4 decades later, we're changing the game again and bringing World Team Tennis into the digital video age. This season, for the first time ever, you can stream every match from World Team Tennis on our new channel, WTT.tv, in high definition and completely free of charge. Check it out at WTT.tv.
Give me a racket and watch me go. Because I won't come back the same.
Sometimes I'll come back with scratches and scrapes.
Or with stories of great shots and close shaves.
Of wins for the history books.
And of losses I'll never forget.
But watch me smile.
Say good game.
And put my racket away for now, but not for good.
Because I'll have seen what I can do.
And I know greatness
is waiting.
Sign up with Net Generation, official youth tennis of the USTA.
The human body is an amazing structure of joints, muscles, and bones, working in perfect harmony. I chose Penn because their musculoskeletal center works the same way. They did not just see my arthritic hips, they saw me from a unique whole-body perspective, then worked as a cohesive team to get me back not just to dancing in competitions, but winning them. And my life, a life on the dance floor, is worth Penn Medicine.
A tennis league built on innovation, passion, and respect moves into the digital video age. For the first time, fans around the globe can stream every match from the World Team Tennis season on our new channel, WTT.tv, completely free. Watch major champions,
Incredible point,
and rising stars come together to compete for the coveted King Trophy.
So many great points in this one.
This summer, watch the entire season at WTT.tv, presented by Geico.
WTT.tv is brought to you by Wilson. Get the best gear in the game. By DecoTurf, official tennis court surface of World Team Tennis and the official surface of the U.S. Open since 1978. By Forevermark. Less than 1% of the world's diamonds are worthy of the Forevermark inscription. Forevermark, a diamond is forever. And by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com to see how much you could save.
World Team Tennis presented by Geico, ready to begin here from Hagan Arena in Philadelphia. Philadelphia Freedoms ready to host the championship match this Sunday here in Philadelphia, hooking up with the New York Empire tonight. Mixed doubles beginning our slate of tennis on the evening. And again, if you're just jumping into the World Team Tennis format, again, we'll have these teams with a couple of men, a couple of women, and the coach, each playing one set of all our different disciplines: men's doubles, mixed doubles, women's and men's singles throughout the course of the evening. And we played 5 games. First player or team to 5 in a set takes it. If we end up even at 4 games apiece, it's a 9-point tiebreaker to decide it. Of course, the home coach setting the order of play. Craig Carden has done that. A normal, familiar rundown. Mixed doubles opening things, men's singles closing things. That's been the formula for a lot of the campaign for the Philadelphia Freedoms. And again, if you're Craig Carden, Luke, if it's not broke, don't fix it. And this team has just kind of rolled along. They won their first 3. They dropped 1 match at home to Orange County, and since then, 8 straight wins. What may be one of the most impressive things is they have a chance, if they win tomorrow in New York, to finish the season unbeaten on the road. That's been impressive. And again, different rules here in World Team Tennis as well.
The no ad scoring means it goes a little bit faster. At 3-all, we're going to play a sudden death point. You get substitutions there, lets are in play. The score always counts. And when I talk about the games, you just keep adding up your games, and all of a sudden, you can lose the first 4 sets. But if you've been hanging around, you can make a really good comeback and win it by even just winning the last set. On-court coaching is always a big staple of World Team Tennis.
That's been the problem for the Empire this year. They've been so close. They've lost in 3 super tiebreakers. They've done a decent job of winning games, but at inopportune times, things have gone sideways. Saw Coach Craig Carden with his team, and again, 10th season of coaching World Team Tennis. Will have the Freedoms in position potentially to win their 3rd title. Franchise in World Team Tennis won it in 2001 and 2006. And Gigi Fernandez, head coach of the New York team, but She's had a minor health issue, missed the match, the victory the other night in San Diego, unable to be on the bench again tonight. So Neil Skupski out there playing mixed doubles to begin. Will serve as player coach tonight for New York. Alongside his partner here in mixed doubles, the veteran Maria Jose Martinez Sanchez. Fabrice Martin and Raquel Atau will be the duo for Philadelphia as you look at Skupski, the doubles man from England. Martin serving first, and the first point from Atau. We've seen mixed doubles for Philadelphia. Taylor Townsend's been a stalwart with Martin. We also saw Gabby Dabrowski for 3 matches last week during her stint with Philly. And tonight, Atau, who will be there in women's doubles as well, is paired with Martin.
And the reason for that is Craig Carton, the coach of the Philadelphia Freedoms, wants to make sure that Taylor Townsend is going into this final fresh. She's been playing all 3 disciplines through the beginning stages. And then when they brought in Dabrowski, they've got more than enough talent to cover up. But when they go with their big guns in the finals, expect Taylor Townsend to take the floor.
He certainly has been a standout for them every time she's been on the court. More on her when we see her in women's singles coming up 4th tonight. Big serve from Martin. A couple of quick points. Frenchman at 6'6", looming large here for Philadelphia. There is Taylor Townsend watching from the bench. She won't just be watching. When she's there, she is in big-time cheerleader mode for her teammates.
She's engaged. She's absolutely engaged. She has this towel slap that she does, and she's going to definitely be using this to really springboard into the U.S. Open series on the hard courts leading up to the U.S. Open.
And we'll see. It'll be fun to see some of these players that have performed very well in World Team Tennis, what that carryover effect is.
Well, just think last year. Sloane Stephens played for the Freedoms, did this year. You know what she did last year? She won the U.S. Open. Kevin Anderson, playing here, World Team Tennis, he springboards into the finals of the U.S. Open.
That's carried over into this season as well. For Kevin Anderson, so Skupski and Martinez Sanchez watch Martin hold at love, and now the 28-year-old from Liverpool. He'll serve first here for New York. 3rd straight year with the Empire, past male rookie of the year in World Team Tennis in 2015.
What is ironic is that Kevin Anderson, I mean, think about how the season Philadelphia is having and the talent. They had Kevin Anderson on this lineup, but because of his marathon Wimbledon run to the finals, he wasn't able to play. He did show up and do an appearance during one of the matches, but think about that. They are loaded. When they drafted, they had the crystal ball going.
And it certainly has all worked out for Philadelphia. And again, they've played superbly. Skupski will have to get the second serve working here. And an ace on that second serve. Again, Hawkeye Live handling all the line calls. 12 cameras in the house looking at them. 6 more looking at foot faults. Our chair umpire, Susan Burns, overseeing the action. So no lines persons required here this season in World Team Tennis. Skupski attacking Atau. It's interesting, you mentioned Philadelphia again, 11-1, best record in the league, playoff spot locked up. You look at all 3 or all 5 disciplines, they're no worse than 3rd in the league in any specialty. They lead the league in a couple of categories. Every team or spot has a winning record. That's tough to say, and nobody else has that in the league this year.
I think it shows their character. You know what I mean? That they're really going to stay in the fight. They're going to be focused. And in this format, it's amazing how these no-ad points can just slip away from you. And all of a sudden just turns the tide.
Philadelphia as a team has won 57% of its games. San Diego is the only one of the other teams in the league that's won over 50% of its games. Everybody else below 50%. Martinez Sanchez, and that includes 3 other teams that are still in the playoff fight they're all around 48, 49%. New York's at 47%, and yet they've won one time. That's how close it is between winning in this format and struggling.
There's a good example. I mean, they're putting in quality stuff, but when they need the point the most, they lose it.
So our first 3-all point here in this no-ad scoring format. Again on the year, Philadelphia has excelled in this category. 59% success rate on 3-all points. By far and away best in the league. New York, 47% as a team.
Now, Martin, who's returning this service, gender to gender here, Martin notoriously takes the forehand down the line. Likes to pull that shot right into the alley.
Went for it, but stroked it long, and New York survives.
But those are the matches, these are the points that they've been losing at critical times, these 3-alls. Maybe, I mean, even though it's obviously extremely late in the season, but this propels all of these players to the next tournament, to the next event. So you don't have time to kind of lay off your game. You have to keep going at 100%.
Well, Raquel Letal had that measured perfectly. Outside, the lobs are no problem. Inside here at Hagan Arena with the scoreboard used for basketball hanging low, that just stayed under it, and Skupski couldn't handle it. He even glances up at that, realizes it was close.
Letal's got a really nice service motion, very efficient. Gets her lower body engaged. Nice follow through after contact.
35-year-old, great player for the Cal Golden Bears, 3-time All-America in the college ranks. Been a pro for almost a decade and a half. This is her 6th season of World Team Tennis. First with the Freedoms, was part of a championship team with the Washington Castles in 2012. And potentially part of another one again if Philadelphia can handle its business at home on Sunday. Power of Martin down the line.
Look at the agility from the big guy here. He sets it up and just looking to rip it. It puts enough pace on it where the Brit can't handle the backhand volley. And there's another secret weapon for Philadelphia. I mean, you think of all these other stars on the team, but Martin is this big body up at the net who's pretty agile for his size. We've seen some good returning, some ground strokes, some serving. He's got a big serve for his size. It's a good example of the hands.
Martin stretching out for that overhead put away. Another hold for Philadelphia, 2-1 Freedoms.
Straightforward, just pounding that into the backstop.
So Philly in front. Now Maria Jose Martinez Sanchez, a couple of weeks away or a week and a half away from turning 36, still getting it done in the doubles game. And having a strong season on tour with Andrea Klepacz, who plays for the Orange County Breakers in World Team Tennis. They won a doubles title in Mallorca, reached the finals in 3 other spots this year on tour. And a double for Martinez Sanchez. She's got 19 WTA doubles crowns in her career, including the 2009 WTA finals. Top 20 ranked at one point in singles, and top 5 in doubles as well in her career.
Oh, took her eye off the ball right at the last second. Skupski just made that kind of move, just freelance to the right. Drew the air.
This has been the top winning team for the Empire on the season, winning 52% of its games. Trying to stay even with Philly here opening set. This duo started that winning run the other night in San Diego on Monday. Big 5-2 win to open things up as the Empire snapped that 11-match skid to get on the board here in 2018. Luke, when you've got a very tall player on the other side, that lob game, how difficult is it to get it done?
Well, with the scoreboard, just not, I mean, you're really limited with space, airspace, so it's really hard to thread that needle.
Philly battling all the way back to get to another 3-all point.
More pressure on New York.
In mixed doubles this year, Philadelphia has had less chances against breaks and 3-all points than New York's mixed doubles team, but better percentages for Philadelphia. That's how knocks it long. And again, New York troublesome at times, but a second consecutive hold for the Empire. We're on serve here in Philadelphia. New York and the Philadelphia Freedoms tied at 2. More World Team Tennis presented by Geico coming up in a moment.
Still nervous about finding a new apartment?
Yeah, but popping these things really helps me relax. Please don't. I'm saving those for later.
At least you don't have to worry about renter's insurance. Just go to geico.com.
Geico helps with renter's insurance. It's good to know.
Been doing it for years.
That's really good to know. I'll check them out.
Get to know Geico and see how easy homeowners and renters insurance can be.
A tennis league built on innovation, passion, and respect moves into the digital video age. For the first time, fans around the globe can stream every match from the World Team Tennis season on our new channel, WTT.tv, completely free. Watch major champions
Incredible point.
and rising stars come together to compete for the coveted King Trophy.
So many great points in this one.
This summer, watch the entire season at WTT.tv, presented by Geico.
4 straight holds to begin here. Mixed doubles, opening things between the New York Empire and the Philadelphia Freedoms. And an ace from Fabrice Martin.
Well, it's a monster ball. I mean, look at the way he gets his weight behind it, snaps down, gets the racket through the strike zone.
Guy lives in Florida, went to the IMG Academy, graduated in 2005, still lists Bradenton his home. Oskupski scooted over to get that and made the most of it. Martinez Sanchez giving a little kiss. Thief. She was happy once she saw the result of the shot.
watch Martin serve, and we've been watching him a lot this season. Has the fastball, but he has a changeup too that can really kick up high above the opponent's head. You kind of read the toss on that, so you have to be really aware as a returner, trying to kind of anticipate the pitch that's coming at you.
Luke, we hear all the time about a John Isner at 6'10", or Kevin Anderson at 6'8", or Fabrice Martin at 6'6", about how difficult it is, clearly how fast it is. But when it's coming off the racket and they're that tall on the other side, facing a player like that, what does that look like?
Okay, we play a game in ping pong called Isner Pong. And so instead of the normal bounce, you basically hit over the net and you just drive the ball to the other side. It's a great game version of ping pong. Again, Isner Pong. And it's the same deal. The ball's bouncing all over. They can bounce it over your head. Look at the amount of space this guy covered. Today's athlete, remember those big guys back in the day? They weren't very quick. Today's athletes are. Kevin Anderson, John Isner. Here's another example. Martin getting back for this over. Look at the real estate he just covers with 1.5, 2 steps.
Looked like he was dominating there at Martin Pong. Let it go. It is out. Philadelphia back in front 3-2. Hawkeye Live giving you a look at that close call, but Martin had it tracked all the way and made the right play.
What do you think of Hawkeye Live?
It has been different, certainly to start, but now here in this 3-week season, it just feels normal, right?
It really is nice. They played one match in Chicago. Or was it kind of like Philadelphia versus D.C.? And my brother coaches the D.C. team, so I'm watching this, and they don't have all the cameras because it was a one-off. And all the antics came back. If you want to see old school, this is the, one of the 6 foot fault cameras. They have 12 cameras around the court that calls all this stuff in real time. But you go back to the old linesman and the chair umpire, it was heated.
Well, you've seen the looks from the players that have come in their first or second outings with it, but the ones that have played with it now for the better part of 2+ weeks, it just seems normal.
And what is interesting is that the players who've played it now throughout the season, when they're not sure, and they understand it's the final call, but they ask the umpire, hey, can I just see it on the replay? I want to see how close it was.
Again, we've talked about that before. Is that just visually so you can let it go?
Yeah. It's just like, I would just be, because they see the mark, and sometimes the mark doesn't reflect really what happened or what Hawkeye Live sees. It's just the future of our game. The World Team Tennis has been an innovator on so many different levels. Back when I was playing in the 90s and before in the 70s, this format, honestly, needs to expand to the Olympics. It should expand on odd years for Davis Cup and Fed Cup where we come together, and in college tennis. I mean, college tennis is kind of a mess right now with 6 different balls in the air. It's very tough to cover it TV-wise, and you've got to win the TV game. Put it on one court. Let's have some rivals. I mean, give me USC, UCLA on one court. Gender equity, men and women playing on the same court against these rivals. Oh, it'd be unbelievable. They've tried it. They've experimented with it. It's outstanding.
Would be fascinating to see if a format like this, a team competition, made it into the Olympics, which has been so determined. And
it would be the only major sport that would be co-gender. Yeah. Think about it.
They've been determined, it seems, to make things more gender equitable here in the last handful of Olympics. So certainly we'll see if that plays into the future. But again, so many things have come here from World Team Tennis over the years, and this is the latest endeavor with the Hawkeye Live.
one of the few times Martin's kind of had a tactical blunder. He was right on top of the net, didn't get enough angle on that, and kind of put the ball back in New York's pocket. And here's your Geico timeout. Now, both coaches will go out. There's the replay. Now, this timeout, all you're trying to, Novikov, who's the singles player, he's going to go and just kind of give him a little break.
Skupski wanted a little water there for Martinez Sanchez as well. Craig Carden, one that called the timeout. Certainly more information here for Atau and Martin, who are in a bit of a spot of trouble in this service game in an 0-2 hole.
And you just want to make sure you're both on the same page. The bench understands what you're trying to accomplish. You want a good serve and let Martin pick it off. Now you're in trouble with a second serve that's going to be much slower. The first ball was 95. This is going to go into the high 70s, low 80s. Got away with that. 83 miles an hour on a second serve, right in the wheelhouse. And just pushed wide.
Martinez Sanchez sitting on it, but did smack it wide. Point on the board for Philly in the game. Martin again ticked, unable to capitalize at the net, and now break opportunities for New York.
Well, sometimes you get bit by a better shot, and that's a good example. Skupski just lays into this serve. Watch this, picks his target, doesn't care where Martin is. Martin's lucky he wasn't in the way. Does that have been a tag?
Martin able to stretch out and put it over in Martinez Sanchez offering. She tried to get up there, couldn't quite on that big hop.
But again, you got to navigate the scoreboard. You don't see it at the top of your screen, but it's sitting right there and it's hanging low. So it has to be a lower aggressive lob without pushing it along.
Skupski tried to turn on that second serve. And now Philadelphia's battled back in, 3-all point again.
Look at that. Look at the time they're taking in between. They've got 11 seconds now on the shot clock to get this thing off. Now down to 6. Took a long time on that huddle. 3, 2. Not going to get it off. Oh, the umpire missed that one.
And New York has won all 3-all points in this opening set. And now they've generated a break here and a chance to serve it out and start strong on the road in Philly.
Well, this is what they really anticipated, New York. When they drafted this team based around doubles, put Maria in the singles competition, and really felt they had a run at it. But they were losing these. This is New York that was losing all these big points the majority of the season. What a night to turn it around.
Again, Philadelphia in mixed doubles coming in won 73% of 3-all points. This New York duo just 34%, but not tonight. New York's been a standout in the 3-alls.
Well, sometimes the tennis guys, they shine on you. And right now, New York, even though it's an indoor event, the tennis gods are shining on them. Look at that net cord right there. I mean, there's another good, it's just going their way.
Well, again, if you look at the overall numbers, New York in their statistics, better than a 1-11 overall unit with their game-winning percentage.
See, there's another one. I mean, that's a found, acorn with your eyes closed, maybe a little miss-hit too. But when things are going well, you play the lotto. And watch how Ortiz Sanchez comes in and just puts a little Johnny Mac on it, a little giddy up and go. And things are just going well for New York.
Crafty Spaniard has an array of touch shots in her game, serving here to love. Impressive stuff here from New York, and a point away from striking gold in the opening set in Philly.
What's ironic is I'm really impressed by their character. They could come in here and listen, when's the next flight? When, be uninspired. Instead, they're playing with a lot of passion.
And an ace on the tee for Martinez Sanchez to seal the deal. New York coming in here, silencing the Philadelphia crowd. 5-3 win for Martinez Sanchez and Skupski. And yes, it did catch a piece, good enough to end things here against the Freedoms in this opening set of the 5 on the night. So smiles for New York and a lead as well. 5-3, Empire on top of Philly. More action to come. Women's singles on the way in a moment.
Still a chance here. It's Willingham, into the box. Willingham shoots. Goal! That was magic. Willingham tucks it in and puts the championship to bed. Sweet dreams. Nice.
As long as soccer players celebrate with a slide, you can count on Geico saving folks money. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Pressure. What pressure? The players.
I play hard. I took it up a notch. Then I got hurt. I couldn't ignore the knee pain. I was told by other doctors I needed a knee replacement and would never run again. Until I went to Penn. Their musculoskeletal center put together a team of specialists. Using their unique whole-body approach and new procedure to repair cartilage, they made sure I kept my knee and my intensity. And my life, a life in motion, is worth Penn Medicine.
A tennis league built on innovation, passion, and respect moves into the digital video age. For the first time, fans around the globe can stream every match from the World Team Tennis season on our new channel, WTT.tv, completely free. Watch major champions,
incredible point,
and rising stars come together to compete for the coveted King Trophy.
So many great points in this one.
This summer, watch the entire season at WTT.tv, presented by Geico.
Does your family need a break from the daily routine?
Hello, I'm Dr. Spruce. If you or someone you know needs a healthy dose of nature, visit discovertheforest.org and trade in the big screen for the big blue sky by visiting a local park or forest near you.
Hiking, picnicking, swimming, orienteering, climbing, admiring wildlife, or inhaling fresh air may result in heightened creativity, feelings of joy, harmony, satisfaction, and a euphoria that can only be explained as oneness with the natural world. Whoa.
In 1974, we founded a tennis league that was built on innovation, team spirit, and excitement. Now, 4 decades later, we're changing the game again and bringing World Team Tennis into the digital video age. This season, for the first time ever, you can stream every match from World Team Tennis on our new channel, WTT.tv, in high definition and completely free of charge. Check it out at WTT.tv.
The human body is an amazing structure of joints, muscles, and bones, working in perfect harmony. I chose Penn because their musculoskeletal center works the same way. They did not just see my arthritic hips, they saw me from a unique whole-body perspective, then worked as a cohesive team to get me back not just to dancing in competitions, but winning them. And my life, a life on the dance floor, is worth Penn Medicine.
Philadelphia is already locked into the World Team Tennis playoff, but they lose in mixed doubles to the team of Martinez, Sanchez, and Skupski 5-3. Singles to come here next with Taylor Townsend taking on New York Empire newcomer, Françoise Abanda. There's a look at the 22-year-old who's been so terrific for Philadelphia this year. From Chicago, lives in Atlanta, 5th season of World Team Tennis, 4 with the Freedoms. Currently number 61 of the world in the women's singles rankings, but here she has been numero uno all year in women's singles. Luke, 50-20 in singles play, winning 71% of her games. It's by far and away the best winning percentage of anybody in anything this year in World Team Tennis.
I'm telling you, when you get a person like this of impact that hits all 3 cylinders, she can play your singles, she can play your doubles, she can play your mix, and here's the X factor. She's always engaged. I've never seen her in World Team Tennis, and she really started her pro kind of debut coming through the WTT ranks. And she's always been a team player, team first, and that sets her apart than honestly everybody else in the league.
So Townsend is ready to go, again, being so strong throughout the season. She'll give it a go tonight against a newcomer for the Empire, Françoise Abanda, the 21-year-old from Montreal, playing for the Empire here at the tail end of the season. Former top 5 ranked junior player. Actually made the Wimbledon semifinal as a junior in 2012 at age 15, but made the 2nd round at the French Open and Wimbledon last year as high as 111th in the rankings, currently number 193 in the world.
But she's playing Townsend, who is the former number 1 junior in the world, so we got a lot of, expertise on the court. The difference is, honestly, if you've never played this formula and you're playing against Townsend, I mean, you're going into a phone booth with a bobcat right now. And Taylor Townsend wants to sit there and take her opponent apart.
And we've seen some newcomers here during stretches of World Team Tennis. Similar age for these two players. Certainly you would expect them to have seen each other along the way through the tennis ranks.
Taylor, it's definitely, got through the ranks a little bit quicker. Abanda, very similar build, obviously. Venus Williams, if you really look close, look at that. Long and lean, same racket. You see right there, big serve, can hit it pretty flat. Second serve can get a little crazy on her. If she loses her confidence, can serve some doubles, but for the most part, she's built to drive the ball for winners. And you see the Venus influence on Abanda's game, the backhand, the style and everything. But Taylor Townsend is honestly the do-everything player. There's an example. She sees her opponent's on the run, going to hit a defensive shot, takes it with the volley, doesn't let the ball drop. That's a smart tennis player. Again, from this camera angle, doesn't it look like Venus Williams driving that backhand down the line?
Abanda's family from Cameroon, they moved to Canada, and Françoise born there. And at one point earlier this year was the top-ranked Canadian woman, now 4th in the rankings among players north of the border. That's long, and suddenly Abanda having a little difficulty early in this service game as a chance to finish it off. Said she grew up, like a lot of players, idolizing Venus and Serena.
Oh, too light with the approach shot, kind of doubted herself, didn't take the ball at the top of the bounce. It became a defensive approach shot, and that's all Taylor Townsend needed to hit that passing shot winner.
So here's Abanda's first taste of a winner-take-all, 3-all point here in World Team Tennis. Townsend has feasted on these this year, 10 of 19.
When you're confident and you've got the roll, you just keep going for it.
What a rally. Townsend with the put away. Sensational stuff from both players, but Townsend with a little bit better. Hawkeye Live showing you where it landed. In a perfect spot. Abanda could not get there, and the early break for the Freedom Star.
Look at these combinations. Now again, the serve only 82 miles an hour, but there's a lot of giddy up and go on it. She puts a lot of topspin on it, pulls Abanda off the court to her forehand side, and now the entire flank of the backhand side for Abanda is wide open for the winner. And that's where Taylor is at her very best, keeping the ball out of the middle, doesn't have to go for the speed, but go for the sideline. The placement does everything, and she's so effective around the net. So it's tough to pass her just because she's got the right technique, the right confidence to volley up there. So if there would be one kind of some feedback for Taylor, she's up 30-love in the count. You always kind of pitch the situation. So I'd like her to go for it. She hits a 90-mile-an-hour serve on that last one. On your first, you're up 30-love. You got the scoring advantage. Rip a fastball, like, you know, give it some gas to push Abanda off that line a little bit instead of it's another kick serve. And all of a sudden, your opponent kind of gets onto the spin, onto your kind of your spin shots, your slice, your kick. Throw the fastball a little bit more.
Geico timeout. Craig Carden keeping Taylor Townsend motivated, smiling. What I was going to mention to you is she seems to clearly have embraced this format, what you see of her building up teammates, but also in this, but also really recognizing what she's doing and taking her game at her opponents throughout constantly in every singles match she's been in.
She's in attack mode. She's always in attack mode. Like I said, the serving thing was just a pitch that I'd like to see her use more often when she has the scoring advantage. She was out here early getting her workout in. You and I were watching this. She was working up a lather, doing her sprints, doing her agilities and strength work. Look at this stuff. Both competitors just teeing off on the ball. And Taylor finding the target. This is how she does. Watch, she gets that forehand. She has to rope it down the line. Look at the clearance over the net and drops it right into the bucket, into that corner pocket. Get another kick serve. Give me the gas. Like, really flatten that thing out. You just got to be aware of throwing too many kicks or too many slices. You know, someone like Abanda, these tour players are going to get onto it. Taylor's having a great year. She's, you know, pushing into the top 60 on the WTA Tour. She's starting to make her run. In the next 4 or 5 years are mission critical for her. When everything comes together, you know, maturing, smart, high tennis IQ, physically able to get around the court and really punish the ball.
Townsend able to consolidate that break, up 2-love. Abanda trying to get on the board here for New York.
Well, you're not going to get on the board by hitting second serves in the middle of the box at 80 miles an hour to the Townsend forehand. I mean, you've got to have more experience and expertise in her young career to get that thing away from Townsend's weapon. Look how good that is. She's crafty. She's looking right at Billie Jean King. She's looking right at Billie Jean King and smiling. And this was a planned shot. This wasn't a miss hit. She comes in and just gets a little carver, a little Roger Federer action on that volley. It was designed to go short and then cut away with a side spin.
Freedom's owner certainly had to be pleased with that, watching her team as usual in person. And now Banda in a big-time pickle. Down love 3 in this service game. There is one of the co-founders of World Team Tennis, holding court as usual, and right there with a up-close view of potentially the clubhouse leader right now for MVP in the league. And it's a break at love for Taylor Townsend, who is strolling along right now against Abanda. And overall, with the 3 games won here, Philadelphia has forged ahead in the overall night's lead.
But this is where a lot of players seem to let up. Watch how Taylor continues to go for the throat here. Continue the bagel. One of the few misses Taylor's racket this set. But again, she understands you can't lay off the gas right now. You want to keep adding games, especially after dropping the mixed double set in the opening set.
Yeah, there have been some 5-loves, 5-1s in the victim department of those that have played Taylor Townsend this year.
Look at that forehand. She was clocking the forehand down the line. It misfired on the previous one. So what does she do? Go the other side of the court, short angle. A brilliant lefty. Now, a lot of lefties. I think of Rod Laver, John McEnroe, Navratilova. Look at that big roller across court and follows it in. Look at the transition. Taking that transition ball, that short ball, before her opponent has time to really set up her defensive position. Townsend takes the ball early, rips it to the open court, and she is on a roll. Look at this. She moves right into that and then takes off. Abanda is just getting absolutely hammered here. And a little serve and volley. Looking good for Philadelphia.
Townsend continuing to have her way with Abanda right now.
There's an example. Again, she's got the scoring advantage, so she, instead of serving and staying back, let's throw in a serve and volley. A complete player.
Taylor Townsend helping push Philadelphia in front in the overall. 4-0 in the set, 7-5 on the night. Back with more from the home of the Freedoms in a moment.
So you just walk around telling people Geico could help them save money on car insurance?
Yeah, that, and homeowners, renters, motorcycle and boat insurance.
Huh, that's nice. What happens when you catch a fish?
Oh!
Geico, more than just car insurance. See how much you could save at geico.com.
I'm okay!
Give me a racket and watch me go.
The
Because I won't come back the same.
Sometimes I'll come back with scratches and scrapes.
Or with stories of great shots and close shaves.
Of wins for the history books.
And of losses I'll never forget.
But watch me smile.
Say good game.
And put my racket away for now, but not for good.
Because I'll have seen what I can do.
And I know greatness
is waiting.
Sign up with Net Generation, official youth tennis of the USTA.
World Team Tennis presented by Geico. All Taylor Townsend in Philadelphia here in women's singles. New York winning in mixed doubles to start the night, but Philly pitching a shutout here behind Taylor Townsend in women's singles.
And for Abanda, here's the thing. She hasn't played that bad. She's just getting beat by the better player tonight. But here's the thing, and her teammates will tell her this. Don't lose your spirit. Give us some games. Hang in there.
Well, we mentioned both of these players' sensational junior careers. 2012 for Taylor Townsend, former #1 ranked player that year. First American girl in 30 years to finish the year as the #1 ranked junior. She won the Australian girls title that year. And Abanda continues to have struggles, double fault. We mentioned Abanda in 2012 went to the Australian girls semifinal. In the third round, she beat Taylor Townsend. 6-4, 6-3 along the way. So we talked about history. It's certainly there for these two. But as you mentioned, Taylor's game, especially in this format, really with her experience the last few years, has grown.
She's just, again, when you have a complicated game like Taylor Townsend that's got a lot of parts to it, it takes a while to mature. Abanda has a very forceful game. It's very one-dimensional, just looking to serve and rip ground strokes. She doesn't use a lot of the front court game. She uses a lot of her length around the net. So in the juniors, you can see her kind of getting out of the gates early, but as they mature, look at how Taylor has molded her game to greatness.
Heady play from Abanda there to go cross court, even things at 2-all. Again, made the second round at the French and Wimbledon last year, did the Canadian. But lost in qualifying in both this year, so the points hit, missing out on majors. And now has the chance potentially to salvage something here. Again, games matter in World Team Tennis. Would love to at least get one. Then work on a break maybe of Taylor Townsend. First things first. So Abanda finally puts something up on the scoreboard. But Townsend has a chance to serve it out.
Well, Townsend was being very nice because the right shot here is to go right at your opponent. You know what I mean? You don't have a lot of really big options. The best option is to go right at your opponent's stomach. She goes for the cross court and pushes it wide, pulls it wide. So if you're Abanda, it's like, can I kind of parlay this into another game? Can I sneak one out? And you're just kind of playing for your team right now, for your team in set 3, 4, and 5. How can you contribute?
And Luke, this is perfect scenario for a player used to playing for themselves where they'd be like, okay, I just need to refocus in for the next set. Well, set's over and the games matter for your team in this scenario. So we'll see.
She's got women's doubles coming up. I mean, there's a lot to play for right now to stay in this competition.
And we'll see if in her debut experience she can really hone in here and try to be problematic for Townsend in this service game.
What do you know? Just like that. Just a little letdown from Townsend. If you're Carden, the coach of the Philadelphia Freedoms, you got to be concerned right here. Like, let's not lose our momentum right now. Let's shut this thing down. Let's serve this set out. Let's take this lead. Nabenda has to be aware she has to play the let there. She didn't look like she was going to go for it at all. Her teammates have got to advise her to look for that. Taylor getting a little too hard on herself right now, getting a little frustrated. No reason to do that.
And Craig Carden realizing that too. He's jumped up to come up with a Geico timeout to try to re-engage his women's singles player. And actually Taylor's the one that called it. Coach Carden will be out there to offer some advice. And after that last point from Abanda, New York Empire bench jumping up in support. They recognize what's big. Again, if you look at the Empire this year, they have done the job most often, or more often than not, in doubles. Men's and women's singles, they have just not gotten it done, especially women's singles. They've won just 35% of the games in this spot. So any more game input would be huge. Townsend at 2-all. And now out of the timeout, back-to-back points Townsend, and a chance to end the set. And she does. Taylor Townsend doing what she's done all year. Dominate opponents in women's singles. She is now 55-21 on the year, approaching 75% success rate in singles play. 5-1, the victory for her team, and the Freedoms jump in front. 8-6 overall. Men's doubles on deck when World Team Tennis presented by Geico resumes coming up.
I woke up in Memphis and told people about Geico. How they could save 15% or more, but by just calling or going online to geico.com. Sorry, are you gonna... Every time.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
I play hard. I took it up a notch. Then I got hurt. I couldn't ignore the knee pain. I was told by other doctors I needed a knee replacement and would never run again. Until I went to Penn. Their musculoskeletal center put together a team of specialists. Using their unique whole-body approach and new procedure to repair cartilage, they made sure I kept my knee and my intensity. And my life, a life in motion, is worth Penn Medicine.
A tennis league built on innovation, passion, and respect moves into the digital video age. For the first time, fans around the globe can stream every match from the World Team Tennis season on our new channel, WTT.tv, completely free. Watch major champions
Incredible point.
and rising stars come together to compete for the coveted King Trophy.
So many great points in this one.
This summer, watch the entire season at WTT.tv, presented by Geico.
Does your family need a break from the daily routine?
Hello, I'm Dr. Spruce. If you or someone you know needs a healthy dose of nature, visit discovertheforest.org and trade in the big screen for the big blue sky by visiting a local park or forest near you.
Hiking, picnicking, swimming, orienteering, climbing, admiring wildlife, or inhaling fresh air may result in heightened creativity, feelings of joy, harmony, satisfaction, and a euphoria that can only be explained as oneness with the natural world. Whoa.
The human body is an amazing structure of joints, muscles, and bones, working in perfect harmony. I chose Penn because their musculoskeletal center works the same way. They did not just see my arthritic hips, they saw me from a unique whole-body perspective, then worked as a cohesive team to get me back not just to dancing in competitions, but winning them. And my life, a life on the dance floor, is worth Penn Medicine.
In 1974, we founded a tennis league that was built on innovation, team spirit, and excitement. Now, 4 decades later, we're changing the game again and bringing World Team Tennis into the digital video age. This season, for the first time ever, you can stream every match from World Team Tennis on our new channel, WTT.tv, in high definition and completely free of charge. Check it out at WTT.tv.
World Team Tennis is back for another season of hard-hitting action on ESPN.
So many great points in this one.
On August 5th, the league's 2 best teams battle it out in the championship final for the King Trophy. Don't miss the WTT final, August 5th.
Fans enjoying World Team Tennis action here from Philadelphia. Final match of the season for the Freedoms in the regular season at home here at Hagan Arena. Again, Philly hosting the championship match, the WTT final, Sunday, August 5th, but they'll do it at Drexel University at the DAC, the arena there, 2 p.m. Sunday. Tickets are available at PhiladelphiaFreedoms.com. So we'll see the Freedoms there at Drexel in that WTT final. Here tonight at St. Joseph's University, Empire take it, Luke, in mixed doubles, but then Taylor Townsend, another tour de force, and Philly leads overall.
Remember, Philadelphia, Craig Carden, the coach, got to set this lineup, and he really is making sure Taylor Townsend is getting a good look at the right time. The first set went absolutely the wrong way for Philadelphia. It wasn't what they designed, and clearly they didn't play good enough. Bring in Taylor Townsend, you get a big win.
Yeah, Craig Carden has won WTT titles as coach of the Atlanta Thunder in 91-92, with the New Jersey Stars 94-95. Of course, USTA national coach.
Think about that, 1991. It's 2018. Look how good looking this guy is.
Absolutely. You look at Philadelphia, which has won the title 2 other times in 2001 and 2006. And we mentioned Philadelphia is hosting this weekend again at Drexel University Sunday at 2 o'clock. It's the first time, Luke, that the Freedoms, a stalwart in this league, have hosted the World Team Tennis Finals since year 1 in 1974. Big doings here in Philly.
Now, in the men's doubles, you're really looking at a Philadelphia squad that is put together based on speed of serve. Both players, King and Martin, bring heat from the very first swing.
And the Frenchman Martin to serve. Kevin King, native of Georgia, alongside Skupski and Denis Novikov, the pairing here for New York.
Look at that athleticism. The kid played at Georgia Tech. He's an engineer, graduate, absolutely understands the dynamics. Look at, you need to be an engineer to be able to come up with that angle.
Didn't have his protractor out of his pocket protector, but did make the right play. Maybe he did.
But it comes right off the bench with a lot of energy. And then that's what he's there to intercept these balls. Does not wait for the ball to come to him. Watch him right in front of your screen. He goes forward and just stabs at it.
A couple of beauties out of the gate for King and Martin. Flying, having fun in the opening game. And Martin can do that too, sealing it with a 132-mile-an-hour ace. And like that, Philly strikes first in men's and adds to the overall lead. Make it 9-6 Philadelphia. So Denis Novikov and Neil Skupski partnered up here. Novikov, we'll see in men's singles, coming off a big win in the victory against San Diego, 5-1 to seal the deal there. And this pairing also had a huge tie-break win Monday in San Diego, 5-4. And we'll see if this trend continues. The duo won all the points, Luke, they played on their first serve, 9 for 9 in the set. They were just 50% on their second serve points.
You've got to lay off the stats. You're digging deep for those stats.
Love to figure out how you have that method to victory.
Where is the stat when they're serving into the sun compared when they're not serving into the sun? Is that in there somewhere? You put the ball in play. When that happens, you got a really good shot to win. Oh, it's a World Team Tennis ace.
Yep. Novikov, another product of college tennis, played at UCLA. Rolling here in his opening service game, 1-all in the set. And we'll look at Kevin King's serve for the first time here in doubles. The lefty ready to let it fly.
Boy, an emerging star here in World Team Tennis, really showing some explosive stuff from the singles. They trust him to close out the match in the 5th set. But it starts with an athletic serve. When you watch him play, he's got a very live arm. He engages, a nice rotation. Has a nice swing to it, and even lefties don't like playing lefties. There aren't many of them out there, so the angle comes at you when you're trying to return it differently. And it takes a while to time it. Yeah, see, that's one of the few kind of tactical mistakes. King's got to go away from the net player there. Go back to Novikov, who's kind of swimming around the baseline.
Skupski, another product of college tennis. A big smile for the guy that called LSU home in his collegiate days.
Talk about a culture change. You go from England to Baton Rouge on a Saturday in the fall. That's a whole nother level of fun.
A different kind of football from what he's used to growing up in Liverpool.
That's right.
Good year for Neil, partnered with his brother Ken for his first ATP doubles title.
That's the athleticism King brings to the court. Just springs off the court. It's all that plyometric training. You see them do it before they start hitting balls. They're doing the resistance bands, and look at this. Gets up quickly, pounds it away for the winner. Plays with a lot of energy and passion.
And an ace to seal the service game for Philly.
So if King and the Freedoms win the title on Sunday, right? They win the King Trophy. The King won in the first season when Philadelphia hosted it 43 years ago. Now a King can win again.
Certainly be nice.
How about that stat?
Yeah. See if Billie Jean King can hoist the trophy with her name on it. Kevin King would love to be a part of that. Again, other matches later on tonight. Able to check them out streaming, WTT.tv. Springfield and Orange County get underway in about 45 minutes if you have interest there. Of course, the big one, Washington and San Diego tonight, 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Pacific.
I'm going to be just like staying up watching my brother coach. I'm dying watching that team this year. Right on the brink.
Double here from Skupski to open up this game for the Empire.
It's neat this year because every point, every swing is covered this year. For the first time, I can actually follow live. It is really cool.
Last year, remember, just about everybody was in the mix in the final couple of days of the season. Phillies clinched now, but still 4 of the remaining 5 still in the playoff hunt. Simple tonight. If San Diego wins and Springfield loses, the Aviators lock up the second playoff spot tonight. But if Washington wins tonight and wins its final match tomorrow night and Springfield loses one of its last 2, then it's the Castles that sneak their way in. Springfield and San Diego essentially kind of control their own destiny if they can handle their business.
Are you counting these games? Are you looking at percentages?
No, they've got
playing the lottery or something?
They've got a whole playoff format sent out by the league. You have to have it straight now, right? You wouldn't want to.
Of course.
You wouldn't want to guess, right?
I bet you 5 push-ups that my brother has no idea what that is. He's just like, I want to win tonight.
They win tonight and tomorrow, and Springfield loses one of its finals too. Then the Castles will be visiting Drexel here in Philadelphia against the Freedoms on Sunday. Eve Murphy can get that logic straight.
I don't know, man. He's locked in. I don't know that locked in.
So King and Martin here with Skupski scuffling on his serve, trying to get untracked. Remember, Skupski, player coach tonight with Gigi Fernandez under the weather, and having our chair, Susan Burns, look at a couple of tennis balls.
Well, remember what happens in these things where we got practices leading up to the match, and then with all the different sets going on, sometimes the balls get hit over the barriers and underneath the barriers and all that. So the ball kids have a really difficult job. Are these the balls for this set? And the fans get to keep the ball if it does go up into the stands.
So out of the break, Skupski able to get on track with a quality serve and get on the board.
I wonder, too, with this final being at Drexel, home of the Dragons, is that going to throw this team off a little bit? You know, fill it up. You know what I mean? They're on such a roll. Because it will be a new court, not just for the visiting team, but for the home team.
In the last couple of years, top seeds had the right to host. We'll see how it plays out for Philly. Whole team, Coach Craig Carden, Billie Jean King over at Drexel today for a press conference to announce that final this weekend. Again, tickets available, PhiladelphiaFreedoms.com.
Oh, that's a nice half volley.
And
what a point!
And they didn't win the point. Philadelphia surviving and breaking Townsend and the whole gang up off the bench to celebrate.
Well, if you're in New York, you're sick because this should be a 1 point, but Novikov can't get enough bat on the ball and leaves it sitting there for Philadelphia to win the point. Oh, that's just, after the season New York has had, can you believe another shot right to the gut?
Kind of capsulizes both teams' seasons to this point. Big break, Freedoms now lead by 4. Chance to keep it going here in men's doubles in a moment.
Still nervous about finding a new apartment?
Yeah, but popping these things really helps me relax. Please don't. I'm saving those for later.
Well, at least you don't have to worry about renter's insurance. Just go to Geico.com.
Geico helps with renter's insurance. It's good to know.
Been doing it for years.
That's really good to know. I'll check him out.
Get to know Geico and see how easy homeowners and renters insurance can be.
I play hard. I took it up a notch. Then I got hurt. I couldn't ignore the knee pain. I was told by other doctors I needed a knee replacement and would never run again. Until I went to Penn. Their musculoskeletal center put together a team of specialists. Using their unique whole-body approach and new procedure to repair cartilage, they made sure I kept my knee and my intensity. And my life, a life in motion, is worth Penn Medicine.
Break opportunity for Fabrice Martin and Kevin King, and they take advantage. Philadelphia celebrating another game victory and the chance to add to it right now with Martin's serve.
Boy, does Philadelphia ride momentum well. You know, they just stay in that fight, in that really high intense mode, and good things happen. And then they become this kind of like steamroller.
And this has been, Luke, the formula for them a lot. They may drop a set or two early, but usually by no more than a game or two, and then by the midway point, they roll and they hand Kevin King a lead, say go out, hold your serve, handle your business, and he usually has done.
If someone's going to beat this team, you're going to have to beat Taylor Townsend. You're going to have to beat her in 2 or not, maybe 3 sets, because she just sets the table for these guys. Look, if they lose the mixed doubles in the first set, Taylor comes back with a 5-1 swing. And look at how the guys from Philadelphia have kind of ridden that tsunami of momentum that Taylor kind of creates.
Carryover effect contagious here for Philadelphia. Another power-packed serve from Martin, setting things up for the King put away.
Just big combination, big serve, clean up any type of garbage that's floating up there. King does that.
4-1 quickly, Philadelphia. 12-7 overall, largest lead of the night here for Philly. Remember, after mixed doubles, it was a 2-game lead for the Empire, but since then, the swing has been dramatic.
Look at that. One of the things about King's game, and it's so easy to overlook, is his return game. Craig Carton throughout the season has been really encouraging King to go for his swings. Don't worry about the minor misses here and there, but be extremely aggressive. Martin does the same thing here. Look at how fat they're on their toes. They play with passion, energy, enthusiasm.
And playing with the 4-1 lead in the set, going for a lot of things and getting just about all of them.
Oh, come on. Come on.
When it's rolling right, yeah. It's rolling right.
Remember at the beginning, though, things were New York's way. Remember, we had the net cords. These guys were hitting winners all over the place in mixed doubles. Boy, have things changed. That's just grease. And they say they're sorry, but they're not sorry. I don't get that in tennis. You are not sorry when you win that point.
Well, a bunch of set points here for Philadelphia. Nifty winner from Novikov. Again, games matter. New York trying to find a way to at least hold. That'll help.
I'm telling you, if they win this, oh, here's a timeout, Geico timeout from Craig Carden.
Up maybe just to stop, and a little bit of flow there for New York. On the verge of getting smashed out of the set. Now they're 2 points away from staying in it.
Well, if they win this set right now, I promise you Taylor Townsend is going to take that towel and do her Philadelphia towel slap. And the crowd is starting to get into it. They got the towels. They start swinging the towels around. The community has really kind of gotten behind this team this season.
And been a big year in Philadelphia. Eagles winning the Super Bowl.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
Villanova, the men's basketball title. Freedoms with a chance potentially to win World Team Tennis title for the first time in a dozen years.
Look at that.
Martin with the forehand finish, and that's it in men's doubles. Everybody waving towels here in Philly. And the Freedoms flying high. Another throttling of the Empire. Back-to-back 5-1 scores here for Philadelphia.
Goes right down the line, just picks his spot, goes right past the Brit for the winner.
So Fabrice Martin, Kevin King, dominant, and Philly is overall 13-7 with 2 sets to come, women's doubles and men's singles. We'll step aside for the moment. Break time here in Philly. More World Team Tennis presented by Geico to come.
Still a chance here. It's Willingham. Enter the box. Willingham shoots. Goal! That was magic. Willingham tucks it in and puts the championship to bed. Sweet dreams.
As long as soccer players celebrate with a slide, you can count on Geico saving folks money. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Pressure! What pressure? The players on the...
WTT.TV is brought to you by Citi. Welcome What's Next.
Here at the break, Philadelphia in control of the New York Empire. 13-7 the score. Jason Knapp, Luke Jensen. And the fans enjoying some conversation. Fabrice Martin just knocking some souvenirs here into the stands. Of course, Philadelphia has a chance to hoist the King Trophy coming up here this weekend, hosting the WTT Finals. Players on each of these teams also competing to win Forevermark Most Valuable Player Awards. They'll be decided at the end of the season, too. Take a look at this special honor for the best male and female players in World Team Tennis.
Players from 14 countries across 6 different teams, 43 matches over 3 weeks. Who will make their mark in the race for the championship and the coveted King Trophy? This year's most valuable players, 1 male, 1 female. The Forevermark MVP Awards unfold during the World Team Tennis Finals.
I'm here with Marcus Willis, who's playing for the San Diego Aviators. Marcus, we are going to do a quick fire questions today, all right?
I'm ready.
It'll be 13 questions based on the super tiebreaker of World Team Tennis that you play when it's tied. We're going to do this while juggling,
yeah,
okay?
I think so, yeah.
All right, as quick as you can answering these questions.
Let's do it.
Ready?
Go.
Are you an early riser or a late sleeper?
Late sleeper.
List 3 Disney characters.
Pluto, Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse.
How do you like your steak cooked?
Rare.
Spell your name backwards, just first name.
S-U-C-R-I-M.
What's your ideal temperature outside?
26 degrees Celsius.
Fill in the blank. The Kardashians are?
Different.
The last movie you watched was what?
Movie, Incredibles 2.
Say good day, mate, in an Aussie accent.
Good day, mate.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how loud are you?
8.
Yay or nay to mustaches?
Nay.
What rhymes with volley?
Ollie.
Which country are you yet to visit but you want to see?
China.
Name a word that starts with U.
Umbrella.
Awesome. All right, Marcus, any pin that you knock down is going to be 1 second off of your time. I'm going to try to get 10 pins if you can. That's the goal.
That'd be nice, yeah.
Not easy. Would you like black or red?
Red, just to match my top.
All right.
Here we go.
Here we go. One try. Let's see
I mean,
it.
sheesh, I can't even get...
You can hold it however you want.
Okay. Oh no! No! What is that? It's because I'm professional and I put too much spin on it. That's what happened there.
And Marcus, your time was?
Did all right
That
there.
was really good. I was worried
decent.
about you for a second. It was here,
yeah,
but
I'll
then you
start
got it
over
back.
here. Yeah.
I woke up in Memphis and told people about Geico. How they could save 15% or more, but by just calling or going online to geico.com. Sorry, are you gonna... Every time.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
World Team Tennis is back for another season of hard-hitting action on ESPN.
So many great points in this one.
On August 5th, the league's two best teams battle it out in the championship final for the King Trophy. Don't miss the WTT Final, August 5th.
World Team Tennis presented by Geico from Philadelphia. Freedom's headed to the WTT Finals and playing like the best team as they have been so far in the World Team Tennis season. After dropping the opening set of mixed doubles 5-3 to the Empire, Taylor Townsend, and then Kevin King and Fabrice Martin in men's doubles, 5-1 scores. 13-7 Philadelphia in the driver's seat again.
And momentum and just fun. Everything Philadelphia drafted for last spring, it is really coming true right here. Remember at the top of this show, how was Philadelphia going to deal with, they've clinched it. Do you pull back on the throttle? Do you just kind of rest your players and don't worry about winning this, just don't get hurt? No, they're going all in. All their chips are in here.
And again, the Empire with that strong start in mixed doubles. Again, Maria Jose Martinez Sanchez, part of that winning set. She'll be here in women's doubles with the youngster from Canada, Francoise Abanda. Again, Martinez Sanchez, been an elite doubles player for a long time in her career. Again, 19 WTA doubles crowns.
And if you've seen her play in her career, if you've seen her play tonight in the mixed doubles, she's fun. She's tall, lanky, got a lot of range, not afraid of being around the net. Plays a little bit like a lefty John McEnroe with the touch and the angles. And it's just not a big power player, but a very smart player that plays the percentages and plays good placed, well-placed shots.
And for her pairing up with Abanda who looked a little flat in her singles match, you've got a veteran who's got an array of shots and worlds of experience. how can she aid her partner in this new format here in World Team Tennis?
You know, the veteran's going to tell, you know, the rookie to this format, hey, we're going to put you in a winning scenario. So you're not a serve and volley, don't do that. I'll do all the net stuff. You just sit back and fire ground strokes, fire serves, fire returns.
And again, all they have to do is play Townsend and Attal, who for the most part this year have been the women's doubles duo for Philadelphia. We've seen Taylor Townsend play with Sloane Stephens a couple of times, but overall this group has been the guiding force in women's doubles, en route to 57 wins and a 61% game winning percentage that leads World Team Tennis and women's doubles in both of those categories. And again, Tal been doing this a while, age 35, veteran from California, certainly ready to try to get this done. She's got 18 career WTA's doubles crowns to her credit, including a win this year in Stuttgart. So ready to go here in women's doubles. Again, Philly with a comfortable cushion. Imperative for New York to try to see if they can get a break and try to close the gap in games.
Well, it starts with hold and serve. I mean, the last thing you want is get down an early break and allow Philadelphia to continue that steamroller, get the towel slap going, all that energy they bring.
And again, Craig Carton, the ringleader for that, has kept it fun and focused for his team all year. A lot of smiles, but you mentioned it too, in the warm-ups here, they get their work done. They get their work in and get everything done.
As a team.
And this has been the result.
Oh, yeah.
It's interesting. Fabrice Martin at one point had to do a little appearance photo with a group that was over here in the pre-match, and he went over there for a minute or two. When it took longer than a minute or two, Coach Carton was over there and said, with a finger, come on back.
Well, clearly they have their rituals down as a team. You'll see them playing games as a team. They warm up, dynamic stretching, all that dynamic workout stuff as a team. And that really has spilled over to their chemistry that continues to blossom.
Again, our chair umpire is coming over here. We've got a photographer on the side that has a light on the camera, so she's going to get up and lightly ask him if he can turn that off. That's been taken care of. We'll get back to play.
How good is that? I mean, all four players engaged, but look at the difference. New York had the net. Philadelphia just carved their way, just kept charging. This is the end of the point, and this is smart doubles. Angle to angle. Anytime you can incorporate angles and doubles, you're going to win a lot of points. Look at that. This is a clinic early on in women's doubles.
That's Hal with that put away. And she and Townsend, a formidable pair. And right now, New York up against it in this opening service game, down a couple of quick points. And Philadelphia blows right through, taking care of business in that first service game. Towel down the line. Martinez Sanchez can't match, and it's an early deficit for the umpire. What a display here from Townsend. First in women's singles, and now how about this?
Not going over the top. It's a perfect play. I mean, your opponents are up at the net. You know what I mean? They're trying to attack and take the net away from you. Okay, that's fine. We're going up top. And because this is their home court, Taylor Townsend knows about that video scoreboard that's low and affects your lob. So she plays it in the right spot.
Martinez Sanchez opening up.
Well, you know, when you leave that early, I mean, you can drive a semi-truck down the line, and a seasoned pro, even a very good amateur player, is going to see that move and change their direction. Look at that serve. I mean, vintage lefty. Think about Navratilova, Nadal, Johnny Mack. Again, you don't hit it that hard, only 89 miles an hour, but it's because she draws it up the line and gets the proper angle, it's so effective. Okay, the signal is serve down the middle, and then the net player will break to the right.
Townsend.
But it only works if the serve goes in the box.
Rare double fault for her. Still, Philadelphia can put it away here.
We'd have all these signals when I was playing with my brother, and a double fault just like that. He'd go, we do all of that, and you don't even get the serve in the box? Come on, man.
I'm assuming there was a different signal after that when the serve didn't get in?
There was a different signal, yes.
Well, New York here has continued to battle hard, and Philadelphia's been able to find a way throughout the night. Right now, the Empire pushing back here against Townsend to a 3-all point we go.
Look for Townsend to hit the big kicker out wide to Martinez backhand. Goes body with a poach on. Here's a body serve and then a stay signal. Townsend will serve and volley. That's the feel we talked about during the warm-up.
Big stuff from Martinez Sanchez. They get the break right back of Philly. Martinez Sanchez ready to get things going on her serve. Geico timeout here. Neil Skupski.
I'm not sure who called this. Why would Skupski call after you hit that winner, you know, lob and stop the flow? Rookie coach.
Again, serving as player coach again for New York tonight. And we see the players come out different times, different moments in the match. Greg Cardinal will often send out somebody else just to have a different messenger or just to have them kind of lighten things up.
I want to say each player has a different tone when they coach, and they respect another player walking on the court, a current player. Card and I played in the 80s. Played with wood rackets. How are we going to relate to these guys?
World Team Tennis thriving here. 5th decade of action. Now season number 43. Going strong here in 2018.
Taylor Townsend quick with the backhand volley.
Taylor Townsend not the only crafty lefty on the floor. Beautiful play from Martinez Sanchez. And a towel going the wrong way. New York battling. One away from a hold. Towel up. And able to get that past Abenda at the net. Smart stuff from a towel. And Philadelphia is forced to 3-all point.
Well, Tao's a wily veteran. I mean, you can see right away she plays the right shot, not the emotional shot. She could have gone for like the big one. Look at it. Just kind of nudges it down the line, finds that little window of opportunity. So even if their opponent gets to it, they're out of position. That's a smart cookie right there, using her tennis IQ for the right shot.
And Abenda with a volley winner at the net. And New York able to push ahead here 2-1 of the set. Philadelphia, though, still leading overall at 14-9. Maybe that's a big confidence booster for the World Team Tennis newcomer.
It really, I mean, little stuff like that makes a big difference. And if you're New York, this is the formation on the other side you really want to exploit. Get Townsend at the net. She's the bigger server, but now she's at the net, kind of out of, in a situation where, you know, she can't throw with a big heat right away. She's got to use her quickness, her hands. And she does it. Look at that. Another way she has impact with her team. We've seen big returns. We've seen big ground strokes. Serving. Here are the volleys. The put away here. I really thought early on that Taylor's going to have a big impact in her career in doubles and mixed doubles. I thought by now she would have been kind of logging up those big titles, and then the singles would follow. I think that's just right around the corner. If she gets the right partners, she's got a real gift to play this game, this discipline, this doubles. Look at that. She's so athletic. They can't go through her, so they do the smart thing. They try to go over the top, but she has so much quickness. Look at that. Gets back, a little scissor kick.
Again, she's got more on a lower level, the ITF level, more doubles titles there than singles.
You know, I remember she was a junior, and she was taken out, like pushing the top seeds at the U.S. Open.
Won at Wimbledon, at the U.S. Open as well, at the girls level in that magical 2012 season in doubles. And here, helping Philadelphia tie us up at 2 in the set. Things are even in women's doubles, but overall, Craig Carden's team, as it's been all year long, in front. World Team Tennis presented by Geico rolls on in a moment.
Still nervous about finding a new apartment?
Yeah, but popping these things really helps me Relax. Please don't. I'm saving those for later.
Well, at least you don't have to worry about renter's insurance. Just go to geico.com.
Geico helps with renter's insurance. It's good to know.
Been doing it for years.
That's really good to know. I'll check them out.
Get to know Geico and see how easy homeowners and renters insurance can be.
The human body is an amazing structure of joints, muscles, and bones, working in perfect harmony. I chose Penn because their musculoskeletal center works the same way. They did not just see my arthritic hips, they saw me from a unique whole-body perspective, then worked as a cohesive team to get me back not just to dancing in competitions, but winning them. And my life, a life on the dance floor, is worth Penn Medicine.
Women's doubles. Big battle here for the Empire and the Freedoms, tied at 2. Taylor Townsend, Philadelphia in front, 15-9 overall. Francoise Abanda to serve.
Oh, that's just too much power. And Abanda, I will say, if she really wants to start making a move in her professional career, the first serve is fine. But her second serve is just sitting there, and all it is practice. Motion is fine, but she has no confidence putting it away from the middle of the court. It goes right in the center of the box. Now watch this second serve again. This is not going to go really in any specific direction except in the box. Boom. And pros are just teeing off. It's like a driving range on a golf course.
For her, tightening that up, just about
practice
and confidence.
Well, she's got the confidence. She's a world-class player, but you got to work on those things. Are you identifying? Play the lets. That's smart veteran play up at the net, Martina Sanchez. But it's just, you got to, okay, what is letting me down right now? And that's a glaring weakness in her game. If you're throwing, you're only as good as your second serve in this game. That's been one of these tennis sayings from the beginning of time. And her second is below par compared to the rest of her game. I mean, again, that's luck she wins that point because serves only, I mean, I don't know why it says 100 miles an hour. That gun is off. That thing had a parachute on it. Look at how short and soft that was and high into the strike zone. Look at that shot. So you can see other parts of her game shine. Big first serve, then she runs down a passing shot, absorbing the attack from Taylor Townsend.
Smile, too, for her partner after she gets this done on the run. Zipping in the winner. New York holds up 3-2. Starting to get in the groove a little bit. Nice acknowledgement from her teammates on the bench, Skupski and Novikov. I can imagine the first night you play World Team Tennis, if you haven't played before, it's still tennis, but it's got to feel just a little bit peculiar.
Yeah, well, for these players, the court just itself, I mean, getting used to the colors of the court, it's fast-paced. You don't realize, like, these points add up. These points go fast. These sets go fast. Taylor Townsend, another fantastic job on her serve, just finding the right rhythm, not overplaying. Sometimes she can force it a little bit, but this is where I'd like to see the bomber. Talked about how players can really improve their game. This is a situation where she can bomb it.
.93 miles an hour on that first serve.
Solid, but how about give me a 110?
it's a unique situation here. Very rarely in tennis do you play a match when you've got kind of your goal already settled, right? You've already locked up a playoff spot. So if you're Townsend, are you playing here and conserving a little bit throughout this?
No. This is how she plays. Her DNA is to play hard, to focus. She really, and we've seen her play, throughout her career, but more specifically this season, she doesn't want to lay off. She wants to continue to improve, and that's going to propel her to bigger things on the WTA Tour. Look at how smart that was, navigating the low ceiling. But remember, there's big picture stuff you're looking at. If you're Taylor Townsend, your teammate on the team right now, Sloane Stephens, won the U.S. Open, reached the finals of the French Open. That, yes, it's a teammate, but shouldn't you be holding that trophy? Shouldn't you be holding that prize money in your bank account? I think there's a lot more to her drive right now that she wants to prove to the world, like, I'm more than capable, not to mention the Madison Keys out there and all the other Americans that, push each other to do great things. She's ready to make a big move. Look for her moving forward in the next couple months.
And Townsend 61 in the world currently. Be fun to watch. Now the rest of her 2018 plays out.
That's smart. Just good combination doubles.
And all the good play here in the set for the Empire may be washed away by problems on the service game of Martinez Sanchez. Bunch of break points here for Philadelphia.
Look how quick that was. That exchange in Philadelphia, just looking to swallow up any opportunity, and they do right here. It starts with the nice play, and then Taylor holding her ground and then anticipating that reply right down the middle with her forehand volley.
A break at love for the Freedoms, and now the chance to finish things off. Service game upcoming for Atau.
And again, you notice how they're not taking anything for granted. The huddles are the same. Could be break point up, break point down. The first point of the game, Atau's going to go and make sure that she does everything the same way.
How about the 105-mile-an-hour ace for Raquel Atau?
Just a smooth motion, not trying to overplay anything.
Ooh, just grazed the line. Martinez Sanchez with one great get in the point, but not two, and Philly 2 points away from the set.
Oh, that was interesting. Like to see that replayed on Hawkeye Live.
On a let serve, nonetheless. There it is. You ask, you shall receive. Beautiful play from the Empire lefty. Like that, New York right back in the game. Ace from a towel.
We've had an ace down the tee. That was the first point of the game, and now she mixes it up. And again, look at the placement. Solid pace, 90 miles an hour. It's not going to be a fastball because she's cutting around the outside of the ball compared to the flat one down the tee. That was 105.
Heady stuff for the Philadelphia duo. Atau and Townsend finish off New York 5-3 in the set. And the lead widening here for Philadelphia. First place team in World Team Tennis does it again. And the Empire holding strong, finally broken in game number 7 of the set. Craig Carden's troops finish it out 5-3, 18-10 the lead. Final set, men's singles to come here in Philly.
Still a chance here. It's Willingham, into the box. Willingham shoots. Goal! That was magic. Willingham tucks it in and puts the championship to bed. Sweet dreams. Nice.
As long as soccer players celebrate with a slide, you can count on Geico saving folks money. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Pressure. What pressure? The players on the...
I play hard. I took it up a notch. Then I got hurt. I couldn't ignore the knee pain. I was told by other doctors I needed a knee replacement and would never run again. Until I went to Penn. Their musculoskeletal center put together a team of specialists. Using their unique whole-body approach and new procedure to repair cartilage, they made sure I kept my knee and my intensity. And my life, a life in motion, is worth Penn Medicine.
A tennis league built on innovation, passion, and respect moves into the digital video age. For the first time, fans around the globe can stream every match from the World Team Tennis season on our new channel, WTT.tv, completely free. Watch major champions and rising stars come together to compete for the coveted King Trophy.
So many great points in this one.
This summer, watch the entire season at WTT.tv, presented by Geico.
Is your family in need of more quality time together?
Hello, I'm Dr. Spruce. Nature is best enjoyed together. So bring the whole family to discover all the bonding and stress-reducing benefits parks and forests have to offer. Visit discovertheforest.org and trade in phone time for family time.
Birds, squirrels, chipmunks, grass, worms, bugs, trees, rocks, and other objects in nature cannot talk. If you'd like to have a conversation while visiting nature, you will need to bring humans along. We strongly recommend starting with your family.
In 1974, we founded a tennis league that was built on innovation, team spirit, and excitement. Now, 4 decades later, we're changing the game again and bringing World Team Tennis into the digital video age. This season, for the first time ever, you can stream every match from World Team Tennis on our new channel, WTT.tv, in high definition and completely free of charge. Check it out at WTT.tv.
The human body is an amazing structure of joints, muscles, and bones, working in perfect harmony. I chose Penn because their musculoskeletal center works the same way. They did not just see my arthritic hips, they saw me from a unique whole-body perspective, then worked as a cohesive team to get me back not just to dancing in competitions, but winning them. And my life, a life on the dance floor, is worth Penn Medicine.
World Team Tennis is back for another season of hard-hitting action on ESPN.
So many great points in this one.
On August 5th, the league's 2 best teams battle it out in the championship final for the King Trophy. Don't miss the WTT Final, August 5th.
Philadelphia here handling things at home. Final regular season home match for the Freedoms, who will also host the WTT Finals coming up on Sunday at Drexel here in Philadelphia. It's 2 o'clock. Again, can buy tickets to that starting at $20 a piece, available on PhiladelphiaFreedoms.com. Look at the scores tonight. Again, New York starting strong. Martinez, Sanchez, Skupski winning in mixed doubles. Since then, it's been tilted in favor of the Freedoms. And Kevin King looking to continue that run of dominance here for Philadelphia. And the 27-year-old from Peachtree City, Georgia. When Craig Carden has been able to set the lineup and King has played last, he's usually been handed with a lead, and he has closed things out. Philadelphia, if King wins the set, Philly wins the match. New York needs to try to find a way to win the set, and then depending on how many games difference in the victory for New York if it wins, that'd be still a tall order to overcome in extended play. First things first here with King. And again, at 6'3", lefty, been effective oh so much in this closing role for the Freedoms in 2018.
Well, he just does it with power. He starts with the serve. He's very athletic. And what's surprising when you watch him play, he's got an explosive backhand return. If the ball sits up for his forehand, he can clock that too. But he's really dangerous in areas where you don't really expect. And usually a player isn't as balanced. He's got good balance. He's always looking to move forward. He's very coachable. You can see his college days with Kenny Thorne at Georgia Tech. That's really helped him get into this format.
And he'll be taking on another college tennis product on the other side. Denis Novikov played at UCLA. Helped the Bruins to an NCAA team title there. Novikov checking in with a backhand beauty.
It's around the outside of the ball. That's the angle that you're kind of looking for, and you can't hit that ball with a lot of pace. You got to take some pace off of it to get the ball away from King. That is a monster. 124.
Well, if confidence is king for Kevin, in this role he's been dominant. But when he's had to play, say, to lead off a night, sometimes things have not gone as well. Another beautiful serve. Last night in Springfield, King struggled with his first serve, 4 double faults, and really never got untracked and lost 5-1. But Philly rallied for the team win.
But remember now, that's Springfield's an outdoor event. The one thing you fight as a World Team Tennis player, you're indoors once, you're outdoors the next, and then you're back indoors. I mean, you have got to be able to adjust to those conditions. Not to mention World Team Tennis fatigue.
So Novikov had the beautiful backhand winner to start the set, and then he got one more swing in the set.
I mean, it's just,
or excuse me, in the game.
In the game. When you have someone as effective on the serve, especially left-handed, King can just take the racket out of your hand. You don't get a chance to look at a tennis ball.
Novikov coming off the other night, Monday in San Diego, against maybe his best singles performance of the season. Net does not cooperate for King as far as the angle goes. It did go over. Yeah, we mentioned Marcus Willis of San Diego, #1 for men's players as far as wins in the league.
And the most laughs. That guy is, he's must-see TV.
Well, Novikov was must-see tennis the other night as he was able, back in his Southern California roots at UCLA, able to put away a 5-1 win. King equalizing. Break chance here now for King.
Boy, that is a great combination. Big serve, big second shot. Using that fear hand, that Thor hand with so much pace, depth, and placement.
So Novikov checking with the opportunity there to get things done, and does hold. So 1-all here. King and Novikov. Again, two guys, both college tennis guys, both at the same kind of spot. Both looking to crack the top 100 for the first time.
Now, Jason, that's significant because once you're in the top 100, you're going to be in the main draw of those Grand Slam events. That's where you make the big salami. That's where you're, pulling in, even if you lose in the first round, $40,000 to $50,000 to lose. So if you're not in that kind of sweet spot, you're fighting through the qualifying. And you see both competitors are extremely talented. What's going to take them to the next level? Novikov, to me, he's got to get fitter. He's got to, get into the situation where his footwork's a little better, because when he's set up, he can hit clean shots and exactly kind of dominate the baseline the way he wants to.
Novikov been to second round of the U.S. Open and Wimbledon in the past. King this year made the second round down under at the Australian.
And how does King build on it? To me, he's got to be more effective with his attack game. I think the biggest thing Cardin has brought to him is the confidence to go for your shots. And because he's been given such a lead in these matches, he's been allowed to kind of let it go a little bit. And maybe he's finding, hey, this isn't bad. Now let's do it when it counts for ATP points and money.
Kevin said earlier this year, one thing he likes about World Team Tennis, stick to your game plan and get after it. There's almost no time sometimes to kind of refocus, just kind of go ahead and work after what you've done, especially if, as he's played, he's had success in this role more often than not. He comes out, builds a lead, and finds a way to put it away. (2-1) Philadelphia. Novikov ready to serve. On the other end, if you're Novikov, certainly want to come out and win. But the overall climb, a big deal here with this sizable deficit.
I promise the biggest thing you're thinking about, honestly, is just winning this set. Yep. You don't worry about all that other stuff, because if you don't win here and King is so dominant in that fifth set, you talked about it, it's over anyway. So you got to win the set first and then start looking at the climb through the deficit.
All these players, not only the team's bonuses, individual bonuses, where they fit into the standings in their different disciplines. Quality service game from Novikov. 2-2 here between he and Kevin King. Philadelphia still with a big lead, but Empire fighting on in Philadelphia. Part of World Team Tennis presented by Geico.
So you just walk around telling people Geico could help them save money on car insurance?
Yeah, that and homeowners, renters, motorcycle and boat insurance.
Huh, that's nice. What happens when you catch a fish?
Oh!
Geico. More than just car insurance. See how much you could save at geico.com.
I'm okay.
In 1974, we founded a tennis league that was built on innovation, team spirit, and excitement. Now, 4 decades later, we're changing the game again and bringing World Team Tennis into the digital video age. This season, for the first time ever, you can stream every match from World Team Tennis on our new channel, WTT.tv, in high definition and completely free of charge. Check it out at WTT.tv.
Philadelphia Freedom's trying to finish off a 12th victory in 13 tries during the 14-match World Team Tennis regular campaign. They know they'll be playing Sunday at home. A new home for them over at Drexel in the World Team Tennis Finals. Greg Carden's team, who will they play? Well, that'll be decided in the next couple of days. Right now, Philly keeping the winning tradition rolling against the Empire. Again, this building is spoken for on Sunday. That's the reason the Freedoms have to shift gears and move over to Drexel. Again, the whole team over there for a press conference to announce that today. So they got their first look. A place called the DAC. Similar basketball kind of gym over at Drexel, over in Philadelphia. We're right on the edge of Philly here on City Line Avenue. So got a
Well, the Freedom's playing different venues through its lifetime. We've played. They played at Villanova. They've really kind of made the rounds. Spectrum, where Rocky fought Apollo Creed. Remember that one?
Absolutely. King able to smack another big serve. 6th ace of this set already for the Philadelphia lefty. And the big thing for Philly, alternate site, but still here in Philadelphia. And then getting the word out to continue to let their fan base know where they'll be playing and hosting as the top seed.
It'll be rock.
Yeah.
There's no doubt. What a drop shot. What a, he tracks it down, nearly makes it.
Boy, King coming all the way. Novikov finding the line. Hawkeye Live right on it. Novikov, his first serve humming along here.
Just the combination of offense from both competitors in this set has been very impressive. It's the serving that sets the table for both players, and it sets up whether the backup ground stroke or, in King's case, a little serve and volley action.
Well, King's return just hit the light fixture above as he was only able to muster it directly in the air on that Novikov final serve of the game. King keeps cooking along. And his career high in singles in May was 162 in the world. Been 170 while he's been playing here at World Team Tennis.
That's a, oh. You gotta watch it when you're in the back. Some of the sponsor areas there, you gotta be watching what's going on. These serves are coming in big time. And what they do at the end of these matches, you get a chance for kids 16 and under to get these free autographs and things, and from both teams. And so they're already eyeing, getting ready for that lineup line. So the kids are getting lower to the court.
And King continues to lower the boom in his service games. 4-3 the score. Novikov has to hold to send us to a set tiebreak. If King gets the break, it's over. Philly finishes the night.
And then remember, everybody, right after this, stay tuned to the West Coast action, because this is where the battle will be won to play Philadelphia.
In Springfield, Orange County, just getting underway in the past 20 minutes or so. That one, with both of those teams still mathematically alive. Springfield with a strong chance. Orange County needs a lot to happen. But the big one, Washington, San Diego, begins 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Pacific.
Oh, what a beautiful lob. Again, with the low ceiling, you got the scoreboard, because this is a basketball arena. You've got to kind of navigate that space between the net and the scoreboard. King does it perfectly.
And now Philadelphia on the verge of another World Team Tennis team victory. Bunch of break points here for Kevin King to seal the deal. King took a full swipe at that. Another chance for Philly to finish. The Philadelphia magic continues. Kevin King closing again, and the Freedoms strolling on to their date in the World Team Tennis Finals this weekend in fine fashion. 12-1 now on the year after the 23-13 demolition here of the Empire.
We've seen it all season. It really has started with great team chemistry. We saw it. Look at this. It's just they're having fun, and it starts here, and then it builds into the results, winning the big points. They lost the first set today, and you're like, okay, maybe it's New York's night, and I don't think so.
No tie breaks required at any juncture tonight, as Philly flattens the Empire, again to improve to 12-1 overall. These two teams will meet again tomorrow night in New York City to close the season. But Philadelphia ready to celebrate yet another victory here. Taylor Townsend helping lead the way too. Craig Cardigan, as everybody over here, they do everything together, including this for the 12th time this year. Their little Philadelphia Freedom victory dance. Well, ice bags and all, they're able to get that victory march in. Philly wins it big. Back with more here in a moment.
I woke up in Memphis and told people about Geico. How they could save 15% or more, but by just calling or going online to geico.com. Sorry, are you gonna... Every time.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Give me a racket and watch me go. Because I won't come back the same. Sometimes I'll come back with scratches and scrapes.
Or with stories of great shots and close shaves.
Of wins for the history books.
And of losses I'll never forget.
But watch me smile.
Say good game.
And put my racket away for now, but not for good.
Because I'll have seen what I can do.
And I know greatness is waiting.
Sign up with Net Generation, official youth tennis of the USTA.
I play hard. I took it up a notch. Then I got hurt. I couldn't ignore the knee pain. I was told by other doctors I needed a knee replacement and would never run again. Until I went to Penn. Their musculoskeletal center put together a team of specialists. Using their unique whole-body approach and new procedure to repair cartilage, they made sure I kept my knee and my intensity. And my life, a life in motion, is worth Penn Medicine.
Final 4 sets falling Philadelphia's way with room to spare in each of those sets. Again, 23-13. The total. Martinez, Sanchez, Skupski look strong, beating Atau and Martin to begin. And after that, Taylor Townsend. And then the men's doubles team of King and Martin with 2 5-1 big-time victories, and Philadelphia cruising from there.
Really excited for this team because it has, been a long time, and this is a special group. You can see everybody's adding elements to their success, and it's fun to watch because the crowd's into it, the music, and they just have the roll going.
Yeah, it certainly looks like it. Taylor Townsend talking about it with folks here in Philadelphia, and they'll be talking about it all the way to the World Team Tennis Final this weekend. One more regular season match for both teams. It'll be there tomorrow night in New York City at Court 17 at the USTA Billie Jean King National Tennis Center. We'll see you there. For Luke Jensen and our entire crew, this is Jason Abb saying so long. Don't forget more World Team Tennis tonight with Springfield matched up at Orange County and also Washington and San Diego. You can find those matches at WTT.tv. So long for the night from Philadelphia.
Still nervous about finding a new apartment?
Yeah, but popping these things really helps me relax. Please don't. I'm saving those for later.
Well, at least you don't have to worry about renter's insurance. Just go to geico.com.
Geico helps with renter's insurance. It's good to know.
Been doing it for years.
That's really good to know. I'll check them out.
Get to know Geico and see how easy homeowners and renters insurance can be.
WTT.tv has been brought to you by Wilson. Get the best gear in the game. By DecoTurf, official tennis court surface of World Team Tennis and the official surface of the U.S. Open since 1978. By Forevermark. Less than 1% of the world's diamonds are worthy of the Forevermark inscription. Forevermark, a diamond is forever. And by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com to see how much you could save. Graphics provided by New Blue FX. Powered by JVC Professional Video.